I'm Andrea. This is the Mockingbird Fiber Podcast.
Happy Friday.
Yes, TGIF. Molly's trying to join us. And yeah, we usually let them outside, but it's raining and they're not happy in the rain. So we're going to try to deal. Might be doing quite a bit of editing. Anyways, so you can find us online.
Notorious_WIP.
And I'm the Nitpicky. And our website is mockingbirdfiberco.com. And we don't have much up right now, but we're going to be having a shop update soon.
Yeah, we're very excited.
Yes. And Friends colorways will be dyed up soon and shipped out mid-January. This is Louise. Sorry. Yeah, mid-January, so not long from now. It's already the 4th. But we hope you guys had a good Christmas and New Year, and that you're getting back into the swing of things. It's been a rough week. It's been a rough week getting back into work and
Definitely.
yeah, but we had a pretty good Christmas.
Yeah, it
so.
was.
Yay. Okay. Well, we had a few questions on Instagram that people asked on. Post about it on the Nitpicky, and then we post about it on Mockingbird as well. So I have them on my phone. One of them I remember was, "What's your favorite stitch for a hat?" Do you have a favorite stitch for a hat?
Well, I'm limited in my hat making. I have not knit many hats, so I really don't. I mean, the one I really did like the hat that was your pattern from Nitpicky that did the knit one below and purl one below, because it made this really nice chunky knit, these chunky stitches, and it was just so soft, the yarn I used, and I really liked that.
Yeah.
Because before I did that, I didn't realize that you could do that and it would have that effect.
That's actually the stitch. It's Fisherman's Rib. That's the one I was going to talk about too.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's the same thing as like brioche. It's just kind of a different way to do brioche. But I was going to show, this is my Autumn Chase pattern. And it just makes such a nice squishy hat. And they can also be reversible, of course, if you don't put a pom-pom on it. But yeah, brioche, Fisherman's Rib are definitely my favorite too. So I have this hat pattern. This is Autumn Chase. And you can find it on my on Ravelry. My name's Andrea Jimenez, and you can find it there. But it's called Autumn Chase. And then I have one that she knit called Bunkum, and it's like a really slouchy Fisherman's Rib hat. And this one's a lot more fitted, and it has the fun pom pom. And yeah, this or brioche are my favorite for hats, I think. So I totally agree with that. And then another question was your favorite yarn combos. And I don't know if that person meant your favorite two things to knit together, or your favorite yarn composition. But I so if it meant your favorite yarn composition, I like 80/20 for socks, merino, nylon, the best.
I don't know that I have a preference
No.
yet, really.
Yeah,
I mean, I'm kind of
takes
limited in what I have knit, but yeah, I don't think I have a preference.
That's okay. I mean, I like it all. I really do. But I think if they meant your favorite things to knit together in a project or whatever, I just love to hold anything with mohair.
Yeah.
So, and then another question was, what is your favorite item you've knit, and what do you wear most often?
Well, that one's easy for me because I just knitted. It was actually my very first pair of socks that I finally finished. So this is also an FO.
Oh, yay.
But these are my slack-tied socks. And they are knit in our Mockingbird rustic sock in green sleeves, and then the black leather jacket is the gray parts. And it's got dog hair all over it because they are very well worn already. I wear them all the time.
That makes me so happy.
Definitely my favorite knit that I have.
And probably your most worn too.
And my most worn.
Already.
Absolutely.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Well, my favorite, I don't know. I don't know what my favorite is. It's probably the shawl I'm wearing. It's why I wore it. This is Sunwalker by Melanie Berg. And it was knit with Plucky Knitter single. It's a discontinued base, but it's a wool silk blend in the color Betrothed. And I love this shawl. It's a single ply, fingering weight. Took me about a month. And I don't don't know. I love the weight of it and the shape and everything about it. But my most worn is probably my birdie hat. And this is by Annie Hawes. And it was knit with Cascade Eco.
I've actually made one of those as well.
Cloud.
That was my first hat that I ever knit.
That's right. You made yours with Patton's, I think. Patton's Classic.
Yep.
Yeah, this is a great hat pattern. It's just a textured hat, and it's just the right amount of slouch. And for me, this color is just everything. It's my favorite color.
Yes.
So that's probably my most worn. And obviously also one of my favorites. Okay, what are your favorite cast-ons and bind-offs for different types of projects, socks versus sweaters, etc.? So
you go first.
Okay. My favorite cast-on, if the pattern doesn't call for a cast-on, I like a long tail cast-on. I find it the easiest to make it like super consistent. It's nice and stretchy. For socks, if I'm doing, of course, cuff down, I like the German twisted German cast on. Yeah, it's like the long tail, but it adds an extra twist, and I find it makes the cuff really stretchy.
Okay.
Did you use that for
I
your
haven't
socks?
yet, but the next pair that I'm gonna do, I think I'm gonna try it because
Yeah,
I've only ever done long tail and I love it, but I haven't tried anything else.
It just adds an extra twist and makes it like a little bit stretchier.
Well, that's good for Miss Big Calves
I
over
know.
here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I don't even feel like either of us have that big of calves, but I still struggle to get like the socks on a little bit.
That makes sense.
So I really like that one. And then like for hats or anything else, long tail as far as cast-ons. But if they tell me to do a tubular, I will do it. Sometimes I don't love them. They're a hassle.
Oh.
And then of course provisional. If you want a provisional cast-on, there's not like any way around that. But if they do call for provisional cast-on, I like the crochet provisional cast-on. You'll do that someday.
I know nothing about any of this except long tail.
You'll do it someday.
Yeah, I will.
And then for bind-offs, for socks, if I'm doing like toe up, I like Jenny's surprisingly stretchy bind-off. It's just a real stretchy.
I've actually done that for
You did it for the cow, maybe.
Or a cow.
Yeah.
Yes, I did it for my cow, and I did like that.
It's nice and stretchy. For a standard, like a shawl or something, I like the lace bind-off. And then with ribbing, I like to bind off in pattern, but I go up 2 needle sizes, and I find that to be just like the perfect amount of stretch, and it matches the cast on really well.
That's good.
So yeah.
And for cuff down socks, I definitely like the Kitchener stitch for the toe.
Yeah, I was gonna say I don't bind off that much because I knit hats, and you're just done.
Yeah.
But yeah, I like the Kitchener clothes for sure. I love that. Do you want to learn any knitting skills in 2019?
I would like to learn how to cable.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's a good one. I want to improve my cabling skills because I don't like it. I'm not very good at it, and I don't like it. It hurts my hands. I want to get better at color work. I'll get to that in a minute. But I want to get better at color work. I don't know about learning any new skills, but definitely improving skills such as color work. My dog is all over the place. She just wants love. And our mom asked, "What you drinking?" Because in the picture we posted, we were drinking champagne because it was New Year's.
Yes.
So we were drinking a little champagne, but I'm not drinking anything right now.
No, nothing.
I'm not the type of person that like always has to have a drink at all.
I should.
I know. I should be drinking water, drinking nothing. Yeah. Okay, cool. So do we have any shop news other than... I was going to possibly show some yarn that I dyed for a shawl. And if it goes well, we might be offering kits or something. This is for the Posy shawl. I mentioned it possibly in our first podcast. But I dyed these. So this is our Baby It's Cold Outside from our Winter Wonderland collection. And I had to have this color.
It's gorgeous.
Had to.
Yeah.
And then this is Dust on the Bottle. It's like this berry wine. And this is our mohair. And then these are a new base. It's our 100% superwash merino called Bouncy Sock. And then this is Sugar Plum Berry, but it's like a super like juiced up version of it. So I don't know if we'll rename it or anyway. But I need another color of mohair.
It's my fault.
So no, it's not. It's just we tried to dye like a chocolate brown which sounds really pretty in theory.
Right.
But it looks like hair. Like, it just pretty much looks like the color of, like, our hair. And I don't know, it's not ugly.
It would be fine held together. I still think that it would be fine held together with something.
Which basically you end up brioching it with this. So, I don't know. What do you guys think? Tell us what you think, because I don't know for sure. Are you in the frame? Scoot over
Oh,
just a
no,
little bit.
I hope
just
so.
a little. Yeah, so I don't know. These would be them together. I think they're really pretty, but I'm just not sure about the brown. I might go a different route with it. We'll see. So yeah, we'll post on Instagram as soon as we know about our next shop update.
Yes.
But it'll be hopefully in January. Fingers crossed. So, do you have any FOs?
I do. Besides the slack tie socks I already
You have
showed you.
another?
I have another pair of socks.
Oh, yeah.
That I have made.
This is so exciting.
And this actually turned out to be not the pattern that I intended it to be. I started following a pattern and I messed up, and I realized about halfway down my leg that I had messed up. So I just kept going with it.
It's still really pretty.
And then I messed up on the toe also. So it's just kind of a hodgepodge of
on the
patterns. I was decreasing every row at first instead of every other. So I just kind of finagled it to do. But anyway. But these are with, this is with our Mockingbird yarn, also one of our Christmas colorways, Jingle Bell Rock. So.
And sparkle sock.
So yeah.
It was supposed to be like a broken rib pattern, but it's just a rib pattern. But that's okay. They're really pretty and they look really comfy.
They're very comfy.
Yeah.
I wear them too, but not as much as the slack tie.
Yeah, I've already worn mine too.
Have you?
Yeah. I really like them.
Yeah.
They're soft. My only FO is my hoarfrost hat, and I'm not happy about it. So this is it. This is by the Petite Knitter, and it is not the pattern's fault. It's my fault. I mean, it looks pretty. The problem is my color work just, I don't know, it's just not very even. I don't know if you can even tell, but, well, here are my floats. People like to see the floats. I don't know that it's anything to see. Okay, so it was my first time knitting 3 colors in a row, and in one row to get like a 3-color color work or whatever, and it just doesn't look right, and it doesn't really fit. So I'm not thrilled with it, but it's not the pattern's fault. I knit the medium. That's typically what I would knit, but I would probably go up a needle size and possibly also knit the large. But like, I even did this basically 4-inch brim, and it still like barely is tall enough. So I don't really know what happened, but I wasn't about to rip it out. So it's just done. That's fine. But that's my only FO. But somebody on Instagram, Cat Redding, was telling me that she knits her color work inside out. And I was like, oh, that's a lot of purling. And she's like, no, you knit the tube from the inside.
Oh.
And I looked up a video and I was like, oh my gosh, it's trippy looking. But I might try it because it might help me. So I'm going to try that. Thanks to anybody who provided a tip for me. And I might try that. What kind of whips do you have going on?
I just have one right now. Well, no, I don't. That's a lie. I still have my shawl that I'm working on.
Oh, Drachenfels
I don't know if it's
on the back burner.
Or not.
Oh no.
But I'm working on these socks.
Ooh.
This is with Miss Babs. This is the Sugar Frost pattern on Ravelry. Yeah.
Well, that's pretty.
I'm liking it so far.
Yeah, that's really nice. Look at you. What kind of cast on did you do?
I just did a
long
little
tail, did you?
yeah. The first row's just knit though.
Oh,
That's
okay.
what
That's
she calls
why
for
it
in
looks a little different.
Well, the pattern says to do it in a different color, but I didn't. I just did it in the color.
Okay.
You know.
Gosh, that's pretty.
I didn't have another color, so I didn't do it. But
I like
Yeah.
those. Good job. I really
Thank
like
you.
those. That's her staff colorway from last year?
It is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Really pretty. Do you have any others?
No, that is all.
I have these. I started my first toe up socks, and I mean my
Two
first
at a
2 at a time. Lord have mercy. I didn't think this through because I have scrappy socks 2 at a time, and they're not scrappy like you just change and it stripes. They're scrappy like you have to knit 12 rows with like both colors multiple times. So you're dealing with 4 balls of yarn at a time. It's a lot.
They're pretty though.
They're really pretty. These are the Solstice Sunset socks by Flock Fiber Studios. And actually, I believe the color I'm on right now is Flock Fiber Studios. But anyway, I'm using scraps from my friend Christine. We did an advent swap, and I'm using all of the little minis that she sent me. This snowflake marker won't stay turned around, but it's from Flock Fiber Studios as well. It's really pretty. Yeah, I'm liking the 2 at a time.
Except for
that. Yeah, I should just have done a plain, 1 color sock. But I think I might do it and not texture. That's another thing. It has texture, so it's like knits and purls and slips, and I bit off a little more than I could chew. So I'm like a little more, maybe 2 inches from the heel. I've put these away. I haven't even worked on these.
They'll be done.
That's the thing is, like, once you're done, you have a pair of socks, and you don't have to knit the other one.
That would be the definite advantage to that.
It is. It really is. So instead of just working on those, because I can't control myself, I had to cast on with this hand spun that Christine also sent me and spun herself. I finished the Harry Potter series again today on Audible. It's been an emotional day. Look how pretty. I love these. I turned the heel last night. I started them on the 1st. So they were like my New Year's cast on. Aren't that gorgeous?
Wow, I love
These
that.
are just my colors too.
Oh,
Blue
yeah.
and purple, and Christine's too, I think. But like, I wish you could even see all the little nuances in this yarn.
That's gorgeous
it's
yarn.
freaking gorgeous. I have my little alpaca stitch marker. But anyway, this is the cake. It's so pretty. And I'm able to do quite long leg. I did about 7 inches. So I'm obsessed with those. And I have one last whip. And this is my sweater for my husband. It's supposed to be for his birthday.
You can do it.
I think I can.
That's so soft.
Yeah. This is the Yarn Collective Hudson Worsted, which is like merino yak.
Wow.
It's pretty. It's really nice to work with. So this is where I'm at on this. It has a pocket.
Oh my gosh, I love that.
It's like a hoodie.
How on this earth?
It's gonna have a hood. The pocket was so cool to do.
I bet
it was so fun.
Wow.
And then this is a design by Designs by Dells, who I had never heard of until recently, and now I'm obsessed. So I'm on the ribbing. I have another inch or so to go, and it just has this one contrast stripe, which I think is so handsome. But it's gonna have a hood, so you pick up eventually for that, and sleeves. So I'm not quite there, but I have 25 days to finish.
You can do it. Yeah,
I think
you can do it.
I think I can, and I'm making myself finish it before I cast on my shawl, which is impressive for me because I usually cast on with reckless abandon.
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
anyways, and I have my queue down to 30, which is 1 page.
Good job.
That's the lowest it might have ever been.
Wow.
So that was my goal. Let's see. Oh, have you acquired anything?
I have, thanks to you.
Oh.
Well, one thing, it's not yarn, but it's these awesome sock blockers that I just love so much.
Yay.
I've made a space on my wall for them so that I can
That's awesome.
put my socks on
They
them.
have little sheep prom.
They do.
Sheepies.
Oh, let's see. So I got this for Christmas from Andrea, and then she gave me this cat sandwich yarn. So that will be a sock. My goal this year, 2 socks. My goal this year is to knit a pair of socks every month.
She's gonna do the box of socks, Cal.
Yeah,
Maybe informally.
maybe informally, because there's a couple pairs I want to knit that don't have very much of a leg. So,
Oh yeah.
but I still want to knit
That's
them.
okay.
You know.
Really pretty.
Yes. And so I have socks planned for that, obviously. I got this gorgeous fabric for
What?
the people.
I love her yarn.
Yes, I do too.
What
And I'm
is
gonna knit
this?
her
What's
cocktail
this band?
sock.
Sorry. It's BFL, girl.
Yeah, yeah. And it's called Mold.
And you're gonna knit the.
I'm gonna knit the cocktail socks. It's her
Oh,
pattern too.
Yeah, those are new shorty socks.
Yes, that's the pair that I want to knit.
Yep.
That they're not gonna have a long leg, but I have to knit them.
Yep.
They're so pretty. And then our Nana had passed away. I think we talked about that in the last podcast. But you can tell the story if you want.
Oh, well, I made my Nana this list of yarn that I would, in theory, like to have when she went home to Cambridge in England. And she got me, like, I listed, like, 6 skeins of this BFL, 2 skeins of sock yarn, and, like, some DK weight, like 6 balls. And I meant for her to get, like, just something. She got it all. So she ended up getting 2 skeins of this Sparkle Duck sock yarn and identical skeins. And I can't knit, a shawl or anything with them. I mean, you could, but it's not my taste to knit a full shawl with rainbow.
But they'll be perfect for socks.
So I had 2, so I gave one to my sister. Yes, and we can always have socks to remember her.
We'll have to, like, collaborate and get the same pattern and stuff, so we'll have matching socks.
Identical socks.
Yes, we should do that.
That'll be sweet. Definitely. And I don't have any acquisitions because I'm on a year of not buying yarn. However, I've ordered yarn last year. Hi, Molly. I ordered yarn last year that hasn't come yet. So it's kind of a surprise. My goal is to only buy yarn if it's like from our shop because I'm not going to be able to resist our Friends Club.
Yeah.
I'm not.
Yeah.
I'm powerless against anything Friends and yarn. But, yeah. So I don't have any acquisitions. Oh, but speaking of Fiber for the People, Taylor, who has a podcast called Wool Needles Hands, and she has a Ravelry group. She does a Year of Hats knit-along, and I'm going to participate.
Oh.
You don't have to knit a hat every month for her knit-along, but in the months you want to, you can jump in. It's really fun. And I'm going to do January's Any Hat.
Oh, yeah.
Any hat. So I'm going to knit Tamatique. I don't know how to say that exactly, by Shannon Cook. It's a chunky hat. And I've got some Barocco Ultra Alpaca Chunky.
Nice. That
I'm going to use for it, I think. And it's going to be a quick knit because I have goals. Hashtag goals. I have goals for January, but I love her podcast and her knit along. It's so fun, and I really want to participate. So I'm probably gonna just do that for January.
I haven't checked that out yet. I'll have to do
You
that.
should. It's on her Ravelry group, and she's a real cool gal.
Well, I'll be good to knit socks
You can
all
do
year,
it.
so I don't think I can do anything
Well,
else.
we also are contemplating doing a Caitlin Hunter knit along because she wants to knit Tecumseh and I have yarn for Zwag.
Yeah.
And we might have to get something like that going.
Yeah.
Maybe we'll start a Ravelry group. I don't know. Who knows what this year will bring. It's going to be an interesting year.
Yes.
And hopefully a fun year. My dogs are driving me crazy. So I think that's it.
Yeah.
Do you have anything else that you want to talk about?
No.
Okay. Well, we will hopefully see you guys again in a couple of weeks.
Yeah.
We're trying to do this every couple of weeks as long as we have like enough to talk about. I don't want to just sit here and, Our last podcast was really short, but we had, I don't know, we kind of had a lot going on.
Yeah.
So now that Christmas is over, we can really focus on the shop and on knitting and having fun. Just having fun and,
fun.
working the stuff you have to do.
Yep.
I'm dying to see your baby in her sweater.
Oh, yeah, we need to try that on her.
Yeah.
She's been a little fussy lately, and just when you've been there, she's been kind of napping and fussy and just not the greatest time to try it on her, but we will.
We will. Yeah. Because I want her to be able to wear it if it fits her, before it gets warm.
Right.
Because believe it or not, it's been stupid warm around
60
here.
tomorrow. Which is warm, I mean, compared to
It's warmer than it should be in January.
Yeah, for sure.
We
like the cold.
Yeah.
Sometimes.
It gets hot too soon.
Yeah.
The cold just doesn't last around here. But anyways, well, we hope you have a good beginning of the year, start to your year. Yes. And we'll talk to you guys soon.
Bye.
Bye.
Oh my God. Family portrait.
That won't be it.